This is our business. Of course, we want to accommodate more questions as time is ticking very, very quickly. Let's see who is the next one. Let's read the questions. I hope you take note again of the questions. What is ProSoft market share rate in Zambian economic? That's from Francis Wilson Lottie. Your market share of your company. Okay, I hope you know that. I hope you got that. How should I relate with his or her workers, and how does I motivate them? Okay, how do you relate with your workers? His workers. Now, this is an employee working for a business. How do I relate with? I think so. Well, we may make sense out of that. We missed that one. That was too fast. We started with hi, Miyanda. Thanks for your assistance. I'm a young entrepreneur. I attended one course, management, the management development course. It helped me have new understanding. That should have been quite a long SMS message, so it was cut. And let's see if we make. Hi, Miyanda. Is it advisable to sue your debtors? I've sued some and have a long list. My business is affected. Advise. Please CK and Miyanda. Okay, that's JK, but not JK the musician, I guess. You could have been performing somewhere, but not paying. I don't think that's him. Okay, enter part 2 for now. So I think about suing. Is it a customer care to sue your creditors, people who are indebted to you?
That should be probably what I would call your last resort. I think there are many ways in which you can try and get your money out of it, but I think looking at running a business, when push comes to shove, for lack of a better term, you might need to go that route. But you've got to be able to exhaust all the other mechanisms in terms of trying to talk to them and trying to negotiate with them, maybe give them better terms, or but at the end of the day, you are in business to make profit. You don't want to lose your customers because, again, if you give out all your services on credit, then how do you manage the business without any income coming in?
Yeah, somebody wants to know about how to rate his workers. How does one relate to workers, employees, and how do you motivate them?
I think you really need to take time to understand your employees. Each employee comes into a business environment with different characteristics from different backgrounds. And you cannot group your employees and say, these are Shonas, so they must think this way, or these are Tongas, so they must think this way. Each person has unique characteristics, and you really need to take time to understand the different people that you have in your organizations. I think when you use, for example, like a performance management system, or you do appraisal systems, it gives you that opportunity to have a one-on-one with each one of your employees, and you get to know them better. So it makes it very easy for you to relate to them. But again, I'm not saying it's the easiest part, especially when you are sitting on the other end of the spectrum and you're the manager. The tendency for us young business people is to drive for figures and business and performance, forgetting the softer side of our employees. We focus more on what we need to make as opposed to what we need to do for our...
When you talk about the young guys and so forth, this excitement, we are young entrepreneurs, just starting your business, doing quite well, and there are all these young ladies who are coming to you in all kind of forms and want to be employed. I know many instances of young men who are doing very, very well. Mm-hmm. And suddenly they didn't know the boundary in terms of who to employ and what the maximum you can take on your business.
You've got to keep your head above the water when it comes to business, regardless of whether it's a pretty-looking woman or a handsome-looking young man. You have to employ people that will do the job. You have to employ people that are qualified, that are experienced, that will, deliver that which you expect them to deliver. So you really have to keep your head above the water, because it's the same people that will come in and sit the whole day looking pretty behind a desk and not deliver. And then you have a problem. How do you then dismiss that person when you've sort of developed this relationship with that person? So you really need to be very careful. When you go into business, if you feel you're not the best person to do the recruitment, then assign somebody else to do it. That way you're able to maintain your credibility, you're able to maintain your professionalism, and in terms of transparency, you're able to maintain that. And you can keep the pretty ladies at bay.
You mentioned the issue of Tonga laws, Shona, whatever. I think the issue of prejudice, you're an employer, running a business, people are already prejudiced about the cultural background of the employee they must employ, and where they come from, whether you're Bemba and so forth. The prejudice already, no, Bemba, not near here. I think, how does that affect one in terms of running a business?
Well, perceptions, unfortunately, they are a reality in our society. So
I'm told before you answer all that, let's just have the last set of questions I'm told, so that we can wind up on that one and conclude. Your program is educative. My question is most firms seek vast experience, but where we okay, this is about experience and new graduates. Okay, I think that's a common question. I was expecting that one. Let's see the next one. How can you motivate your worker in a situation where you don't make so much profit? Okay. Let's see if there's the last one. If we can just get one last one. How much do you charge to write a good CV at your firm? That's for Waria. I guess that is the last question we have for now. Okay, let's get the last. May I know the HR consultant's email or phone number? If you don't mind, you can give those details.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's start with that one.
Okay.
I'm sure we are ending with that one now. Good.
Okay. Our details?
Yeah.
My email address is miyandak@zamnet.zm.
Miyanda. Okay.
At zamnet.zm. Alternatively, prosoft@zamnet.zm.
I say a Tonga can speak a word in Tonga. Okay.
I am relearning.
You are relearning. Okay. Great. Then there was a question on motivate when you are not making profit.
I think that is a challenge that even I face as a, like I mentioned earlier, I wear two hats. Yeah. I'm an HR consultant, which puts me in a very difficult position. But at the same time, I'm also managing a business. So you find at the end of the month, you sit there and you look at your books and there really isn't much. But what I said is motivation does not always come in the form of monetary terms. It can be recognition. It can be promotion. It can be a simple pat on the back. It can be just being there for your employees when they need you. For example, I've got like one of the employees who's getting married this weekend, and I'm going to make sure I'm at that wedding. And I think her seeing me at that wedding will make a big difference, that I've made this long trip to be at that,
Or even sharing your vision to tell them that, look, we're not doing well now, but this is where we're going to be 2 years from now.
Absolutely. I think it is your ability to be able to get them to buy into your concept. And as a business person, I really live on three principles, and that is commitment, determination, and focus. When I make a decision that I'm going to achieve something, that is what I focus on, regardless of the odds and ends that come in the way.
Okay, time is gone, I'm told. What's your market share?
Our market share, we're working on it, but I think we definitely have made serious
inroads. What about
inroads.
experience? People who look for experience all the time.
Get attachment, industrial attachment. Go into organizations, work for nothing for 2-3 months. Nobody can take away that experience from you.
Absolutely.
So go find industrial attachment, work for 2-3 months, you have that on your CV.
And finally, your vision as a business?
My vision as a business is to really become a global leader in terms of providing upmarket.
And you got that potential?
I think I have.
I remember the day you came to my office 2 years ago with your father. Your father introduced me to you, okay? Yes. And you asked me a question. Can Absolutely. I open an HR business consultants firm in Zambia? And I said, go for it. Yes. The market is open.
Absolutely.
And the past 2 years with your articles in the Post newspaper, businesses, corporate entities value your expertise.
Thank you.
And I'm sure that the sky is the limit for you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure talking to you, Miyanda.
You too.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Good. That's at our business, and talking to Miyanda Kahare, who featured on the issue of HR issues and your business.